Welcome to Nest Studios. I hope everybody had a Shabbat Shalom. God bless the stream. Everyone who watches and lurks and catches that replay. Jesus loves you. So do I. We're going to have some fun with our art tonight. I hope you'll join me. Skip the life and angle. Turn cartwheels across the floor. I was feeling kinda seasick. The crowd called out for more. The room was humming harder as the ceiling blew away. When they called out for another drink, the waiter brought a tray, and so it was much later as the miller told his tale that her face burst just ghostly, turned a whiter shade of pale. Hello, Sheba. Thank you for coming in. Hello, TWP Popcorn. What's poppin'? Hello, White Wall. Thank you for coming by. I just feel like singing a little bit. We're going to have fun with our art with the oil paints. If you got prayer requests, you know what to do. Leave them in the chat. Hit up my email or leave them in my comments. Thank you for stopping by. I love you guys. Thank you. She said there is no reason, and the truth is plain to see. So I wandered through my playing card, would not let her be one of 16 Vestal virgins that were leaving for the coast. And although my eyes were open, they might just as well been closed. And so it was much later as the miller told his tale that her face burst just ghostly, turned a whiter shade of pale. Well, White Wolf, I've been doing it for a while now. I did it for my birthday stream in October. If I know you and you want to come up and say hello, you have but to click the link. I figured out how. It took me a while, but I figured out how to put the link. It's right there in the chat. Again, I must know you. We'll not be having anybody we don't know come on up. Well, you know, some people do that, and, you know, I'm glad you're getting to do that with the kids. That's wonderful. I personally do not celebrate those holidays anymore. I just maintain my faith in Jesus Christ, and I'm more than happy. My kids still get all kinds of stuff. We still get to have good food and spend time together. So I just don't have the extra stress and added baggage of all of the decorations and all that nonsense, man. It's a load off of my mind. Yes, White Wolf, I did. But I've been doing the StreamYards for a while now. Okay. I need my pencil. I've got to sketch out what I'm doing. Thank you guys for stopping on by. If you're in blue, like White Wolf, go on, throw your link out there. if you're so inclined. And if you want to share out somebody else's link, you're welcome to do that as well. Yeah, I haven't tried it through YouTube yet. I'll do a stream where I try out that new feature where you don't have to go through a third party and you can just go and have people on panel through YouTube. And that sounds like fun. I've been on somebody else's panel with that feature. I have not done it on my channel as of yet. Well, Pendar, hello. Do, 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 do. Everybody say hello to Pendar, a talented lady who likes to sing, and I met them at Scully's House of Thrillers. Nice to see you, Pendar. Thank you for coming by. You got 3 channels now. Wow. Sing a lazy song beneath the sun. Pendar, let me take a moment and I'll put your link here in the chat in case people want to check you out or support. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mama, Mother Nature's son. Oh, let's yeah, that's a good one. Let's do that. Oh, no problem, no problem. Thank you for taking the time to stop by, Pendar. I appreciate it. I'll tell Scully that you did that too. Thanks to you and thanks to all the people that have come my way from Scully's House of Thrillers. I so appreciate the love and the support and popping in to say hello. Thank you. You never give me your money. You only give me your honey paper. And in the middle of negotiations, you break down. I never give you my number. I only give you my situation. And in the middle of investigation, I break down. Well, thank you, Pendar. Sing along with me. Out of college, money spent, see no future, pay no rent. All the money's gone, nowhere to go. Any job, got the sack. Monday morning, turning back. Yellow or it's slow, nowhere to go. Oh, that magic feeling. Oh, where to go? Oh, that magic feeling. Oh, where to go? Nowhere to go. Hello, Johnny Small Pepper. I love you. Hello, Steve Gilmore, brother. I love you too. And Jesus, thank you. So good to see you. If you're in blue and you want to put your link out there, please do so. So good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Pendar is a very talented singing lady, and she does other things as well. But I met her through Scully, the author who reads to you. So if you want to check out Pendar, go right ahead and do that. How you doing, Johnny? How are you doing, Steve? I saw you tap dancing. Bless your heart. One sweet dream Pick up the bags and get in the limousine. Soon we'll be away from here. Step on the gas and wipe that tear away. One sweet dream came true today. Came true today. Came true today. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Hello, Sunny Stormy. Hello from Sunny Sasha and Sapphire. Good to see you, my dear. Hope you and all your fur babies are doing well. How's it going in Arizona, White Wolf? What's it like, 60 degrees there now or what? Why don't you just rub it in that you got it nice and warm when the rest of us are freezing, you know what. Both of my kitties are hiding, Sunny Stormy. They've been holing up and hiding to stay warm. That's what they've been doing. Oh, 49 now. I was only 11 degrees off. You're almost to 60. Well, thank you, Brother Steve. Thank you so much. And thank you for supporting Sister Lynn as well. What a blessing she is. She's like a big sister to me. Thank you so much. Yes, prayers for all the fur babies and prayers for all of the animals that are out in this cold, cold weather, as well as the homeless people who are out in this cold, cold winter storm. Please lift them up in Jesus' name. Please and thank you. We're going to do some painting with the oils tonight, but first I want to draw in what I'm doing. All right, I'm going to put on a different tune. I don't want to sing the whole. Let's do Silly Love Songs. I like that one. I hope everyone's had a wonderful day and a good Shabbat Shalom. I understand there's people that are celebrating a certain holiday today. I do not celebrate that holiday anymore, but I still retain my faith in Jesus Christ. And I just hope that everybody who is getting to see their loved ones have a real blessed time. Be safe, be careful. Okay, White Wolf. Oh, isn't she, Steve? Yes. There's Dana. We are the Conscious Evolution. That's my dear, sweet Dana. Thank you, sir, for coming on by. Peace and love and all to anyone who celebrates. Yeah, that's right. You don't have to have a special day set aside to show love to one another, do you? No, you don't. I love Billy. Where's my Billy? I love Billy. Oh, I heard from him earlier. I love Billy. That's right, and I used to be there, Steve. I've been through the homeless bit for a while. Yes, I have. What's wrong with that? I need to know. 'Cause here I go. Forensic Mystics. That's gotta be Cassie. Hi, Cassie. I love you. I love you. Thanks everybody for coming by. I'm so glad. What's the question mark, Sunny Stormy? What? Yep, prayers for the animals too. That's right. Hub 23, hello Hub. If you like footage and videos that have wildlife and nature, Go see Hub 23. Beg your pardon if I'm not on top of all the comments. I'm going to kind of try and get my drawing sketched in before I start painting. I hope you will pardon me. If you've got other streams to go to, other things to attend to tonight, well, I certainly understand. But I do thank you for stopping by. Please share it out on your social media if you're so inclined. Hit whatever thumb you want to or don't. And like my dear friend Richie from Boston says, like, share, subscribe, or don't. Thank you, Richie. That's what Richie has to say. Where in the hell is Billy down under? That's what one of his channels used to be. My Billy, my Billy. One of his earlier channel names was Billy Down Under. Now, I talked to Billy earlier. Everything's cool. Yeah, Steve, I've been there. Was in the shelter for a while. Had to go through coalition of housing and go through transitional housing, and then they help you find places that are are of a permanent nature and not transitional, and that's what I did. There's Sister Lynn. Hello, sister. I got my Lynn glasses on. Brother Steve's in here, Lynn. Everybody say hello to Over 50 and Fantabulous. That's Sister Lynn. Oh, well, you do what you need to do. Lynn, if you want to come up and say hi, you can do that. Let me post the link. How can I tell you about? How's Boo Boo, Sister Lynn? Where's that Boo Boo at? Got the music blasting like it's some kind of juke joint. I'm sorry about that. There's Krista, NH girl. Hello. Did I post the link? It doesn't even look like it's there. I'm trying to post the link to the... Okay, let's try that. Did that work? There you go. Sister Lynn, if you want to come up, you can certainly click that link. And what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. Krista, how are you, my dear? You can't hear me. Oh, okay. Let me type something. Krista can't hear me. That's NH girl. You'll never know how much I really love you. You'll never know how much I really care. Boo Boo just ate, sleeping in the living room. Aw, that's so cool. My kitties are looking forward to next week when my son Jason will be here, and we'll make the great big turkey that's in the freezer. They know there's a turkey in that freezer. They're like, yeah, we see that great big bird. When you gonna make it? Aww. Ooh. Lynn, thank you for coming by. You don't have to come up here if you don't want to, but I'm certainly glad you took a moment to stop in. Ooh. Ooh. I know a secret for a week or two. Nobody knows, just we do. Ooh, listen, ooh, you wanna know a secret? Ooh, you promise not to tell. Oh, closer. Aw, beautiful Krista. Again, you people in blue, if you want to drop your links to your latest upload, or you want to support some other channels and put their links in the chat, you can do that too. Yeah, Dana, that's right. You've been there too. And that can happen to anybody, anything. Health issues, financial issues, jobs that can suddenly end. Um, you know, things can change. My point, things can change in the blink of an eye, if one way or another. And appreciate what you have while you have it, because you never know what's going to happen to totally rock your world and change your life and turn it upside down. So, and always call on the Lord to get you through whatever comes, good, bad, or otherwise. There were bells on a hill. Oh, there's somebody in my backstage. Let me see who it is. It's Sister Lynn. No, I never heard it all till there was you. Let's sing to Lynn. Hey, darling. Come on now.
Shamon!
What's going on?
I'm over here eating dinner, sitting in my bedroom.
Hi, in your bedroom.
Hello.
Oh, my goodness. Sunny, stormy, you'll have to catch Sister Lynn sometime so you can see her little kitty, Boo Boo. Her name's Precious, but I'll call her Boo Boo.
Living room in a second. Let me get another mouthful. I'm sorry, everybody, that I'm
eating.
You
go ahead. You enjoy yourself and you eat.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry. I keep looking in my spice cabinet and laughing because I can hear you say, "Girl, look at my backside," and then you hold out your Frank's Red Hot sauce. Shamefully, I'm without the Frank's Red Hot sauce at the moment.
I got my Sister Nez glasses on.
Yeah, I got my glasses on too.
Hold on, let's try to sneak in on the cat. Hold on. Let me see.
Hold on, Sunny Stormy. You can have a sneak peek at Sister Lynn's kitty, little Boo Boo. She looks like my Stella.
Hold on, let's see.
Stella's hiding. She's like, it's cold. Hello, Big Tim. I'm glad you made it safe, Big Tim. God bless you, sir. If anybody else has prayer requests, you can not only give them to me, but Big Tim takes prayer requests too.
I'm trying to see. How can I can't turn it around. Oh, I know what I can do. Hold on. Let me just put you there.
Okay.
And then I gotta here is the loveliness. Let me turn this way.
Let me say the boo. Where's that boo?
Loveliness.
Hello. She's a Puerto Rican cat. Oh, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm a Puerto Rican cat.
Hello. Oh, no, hold on. I gotta get out of the way. Hello.
Oh, hello, boo boo. Hello. Hola. Hola.
I always envision her. I always envision a show. I look like, oh, goodness gracious. That's all right. My hair is as flat as that wall right there.
Oh, you look fantabulous, just like your channel name.
Yes.
Who do?
I hope that all of you are enjoying time with your families. And if you're by yourself, like Grandma, don't worry about it. Go ahead and find a happy movie to watch. Get some supper together. Get some cookies together. Look at that. Look, I got the alfalfa going on here. I'm trying to stay down.
And like you always say, don't neglect yourself just because you're alone. Get your butt out of bed. Go get that shower. Go put on some lotion and take care of yourself. Don't be sitting there all down and depressed. And
some people get like that. They'll be watching other people, a couple or a person with their children and grandchildren, and maybe their family is thousands of miles away and they just get a gift in the mail, and they can't visit with them, so on and so forth. You just have to. It's just. I'm
Right.
saying 5,000 paragraphs, sis. I need you to say 3
That's
words.
You do your thing. Sunny, Stormy, we mean people who are brothers and sisters in the Lord, in Jesus Christ. That's what we mean when we say brothers and sisters.
So
So
speaking of cookies, you know what I'll do? Believe
What?
it or not, we got a pan. We got some chocolate chip with almond and coconut cookie mix in the fridge. Guess what? Guess what we gonna do? Woo, woo, woo!
Sounds
See,
good. Come
look.
on now. I made chocolate chip M&M cookies today.
Ooh, that
Girl.
sounds so good. Come on now.
Hello, Linda Dubose. Hello, Linda Dubose. Did you see Super Dave went live earlier, Linda? I didn't get to make it, but get to see some pretty lights, I think. Everybody say hello to Linda Dubose.
Hello, Linda. How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? Life is good.
I keep listening. I keep thinking you're going to say orange instead of orange, but your accent doesn't quite go there. Orange, yeah.
Hey, Sister Ned.
Yeah.
Sister Ned.
What?
Orange, you glad I didn't? We got the cookie mix right here, and
yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and put some on here. Takes about 8 minutes to cook. And thank you so very much, Sister Nez, for allowing me to come up. I appreciate you. Love you, sis. Thank you.
I love you too, and thank you for letting me see Boo Boo. Oh,
yes.
the Boo Boo.
She is so spoiled; it's ridiculous, but it's all good. It's just her and me. That's why I say if you're by yourself for the holidays, don't fret, don't regret. You can find a good old. There's so many movies on the YouTube. You can find a holiday movie if that's what you like. Find something with a lot of humor in it to get a good belly laugh.
Oh yeah.
Don't sit there feeling sorry for yourself, honey. You stay right here with us. Yourself. Know that you're loved.
I did what works for me is I just got in touch with some loved ones that I haven't talked to in a while. That really helps me. Well, it's our friend, another one of our friends in Australia, Jack's Food and Music Channel. Hello, Jack. I hope you're doing well, my good sir. I played one of your songs last night in my stream for the very first time, Jack, and I shared your link and gave you credit. Don't believe me? Go watch the replay from last night. Everybody say hello to Jack's Food and Music Channel.
Hello, Jack's Food and Music Channel.
This is my friend Lynn, over 50 and fantabulous. She's kind of like a big sister.
Yes, ma'am. And what we have in the cookies, this is the chocolate chip, coconut, and walnuts. So we got we got everything but the kitchen sink in these cookies. So
that sounds good. That sounds good. Like I said, I did the
M&M, the M&M cookies.
I used the mini chocolate chips, the teeny tiny ones, and then the M&M candies. Put them all, just dumped everything in there. So there's more chocolate than cookie.
That's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. You're not hurting our feelings.
No. Oh goodness.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use the rest.
What?
I was just saying I'm gonna use all of it because it's been sitting in there for a few days. Okay, about 4 days. We need to go ahead and bake up everything, get it over with. Don't let it sit too long in the fridge. Don't want it to go bad. So
right, and then when you make stuff that you got room to get more stuff. So
come on now. We had
chocolate
here in Oregon. It's probably about, I would say about it's 14 degrees, and we had the freezing rain going and then snow going. So we got a ice and snow sandwich going on out there. Oh, beautiful. Look at that artwork. Look at that. Hello, young man.
And hello, Chef Jack. Hello, darling. How you doing?
Hello, darling.
Say hello to Chef Jack.
Hey, Lynn. How you doing? Good to see you.
Jack,
Merry
this
Christmas,
is Sister Lynn. Lynn, this is Jack. a musician
Oh,
and he's
Jack.
a
I'm
chef.
sorry. Hey, Jack. How you doing, brother?
I'm getting my
Yeah,
names
I'm
wrong
no
here.
chef. I'm putting together my raggedy chocolate chip cookies on this
like
pizza pan.
I'll have some when you finish.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Right.
sir. Boo boo
Yeah,
style.
we just finished Christmas lunch. It was pretty hectic. I
Oh,
haven't
did
stopped.
you?
I haven't stopped since yesterday, so I'm completely exhausted. The amount of food that I cooked, and I'm spent.
Oh, I bet. What all did you have, chef?
Roast pork, ham, roast chicken, all the veggie sides, cob bread, which is a absolute classic. Cob bread,
Ooh,
cob
sounds
bread
good.
with cream cheese inside of it, and you just dip
Ooh, cream
the
cheese is my friend, chef. Cream
yeah.
cheese is my friend.
So you do it in the oven and that, and you just get some bread and dip it in there and eat it and stuff. So that was a
Yeah.
starter. That was one of the starters, but I posted, I think, a video and a picture on my community. So I'm completely exhausted, and I've got more people coming later. So
Oh,
it
do
hasn't really.
you? Good, good.
I had about 20 odd people for lunch, and
Boo boo no.
some left early to go and visit family and that. So I've got other people coming later on. There's heaps of food.
Oh, isn't that fun?
Well, that's what it's about for the kiddies and the food.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, everyone in the
Do
chat.
you
Merry Christmas to everyone in the chat.
everybody say hello to Chef Jack? That's right.
Thanks, darling.
Do you do anything like a plum pudding or anything like that?
I got did a fruit platter, a massive fruit platter, and we've got pavlova. That's a tradition here to have pavlova.
What is that?
Well, that's like a meringue. You make up the meringue with cream, and you put the fruit on top.
Oh,
So you make a meringue
whatever it
base.
is, it sounds good. It
Meringue,
sounds good.
You can YouTube it. You make the
I will
meringue
have
base.
to look it up.
You
I will
bake it
have
on a
to
low
look
heat.
it up.
So you make the meringue base. You bake it on a low heat until
Yeah,
it
yeah.
hardens up, and then you do the cream in the middle with the egg whites
That's
as well.
pretty good.
And then you put your fruit on top of it. Yeah, you can have a look at it on YouTube. But
Ah,
that's a tradition. That's kind of a tradition for Christmas Day. Yeah.
I did not know that. Sister
Yeah.
Lynn, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm just.
Steve Gilmore, how you
I got
doing?
the cookies in the oven, and I'm just
Oh,
squaring away this
yeah.
pan right quick.
Oh, sorry, I just got a message from Franceschi. She
Oh,
was
that's
back in
okay.
the. She's back in the Philippines. She buried her mother this morning, Christmas Day.
Oh,
Well, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
sorry to
she
hear.
had her mother passed away 4 days ago, so she
Oh
flew
wow.
back
Okay.
to the Philippines, and I just got a message. I'll have to talk to her
Oh.
soon. But I just thought I'd come up and say Merry Christmas to everybody. I know it's Christmas
Thank
Day
you.
here.
Thank you,
Christmas
my
Day
dear.
here.
Big hugs for
Nice to
you.
meet you,
God
Chef.
bless
Thank
you.
Meet you,
you.
Lynn, and everyone in the chat.
Another time,
Blessings
Chef.
to you
I
and your
see,
family. My condolences to your friend.
Thank you very much. I see Sunny Stormy's here
Much
as well.
love.
Hey, Sunny. How you doing, Sunny? Good to see you there.
Yep. There's my bestie in the whole wide world, Bobby Meyer. Hi, Bobby.
How many besties you got?
Bobby's been my best friend for over 40 years.
Oh,
Hello,
wow.
Bobby.
Really?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, so
honey.
she's got seniority, she's got mileage.
Yeah.
She's got mileage.
Stop.
She's talking to her cat, Chef.
I'm sorry
She's
about
got
that.
a
I'm
little
talking to
black
the
kitty.
cat. She's at
Yeah,
my feet.
dog.
My feet are an ear of corn to my cat, so
She's chewing on you.
All right,
Yep.
darling. Good to see everybody, and Merry Christmas to everyone. Have a good day, and all that sort of thing with your family and your friends. And I'll see you
Enjoy
all.
the rest of your time with your loved ones, Chef, and I hope you'll come back and see me again and
You bet I
hang out
will.
and maybe
That's
play something or
that's
cook something for us right here on the panel.
that's
That'd be
that's a
great.
silly thing. That's a silly thing to say. Of course, I'll be back. But thank you very much, darling. Everybody, with that,
Wonderful.
Merry Christmas.
Forward to joining
Merry
you
Christmas.
again too, Chef. Thank you so much. Everybody
Thank
say
you very
goodbye to
much.
Chef.
Really appreciate. Really
Bye,
appreciate.
Chef. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you for
Bye,
coming
everybody.
by. Much love. Aw.
Love you too, darling.
Tell you
Okay,
what, if you
Sunny Stormy. When Sunny Stormy, when people are saying brother and sister, we're not talking about, blood relatives. We're talking about people who are brothers and sisters in Jesus. People who are Christian often call themselves or call each other brother or sister. That's what it is. I don't mean to confuse anybody. That's what that's about.
that's
So,
just the way I
Linda
always have been.
DuBose.
I always say brother
What,
or
honey?
sister, whether it's a
Yeah, I
religious
like saying
context or
that.
not, because
I
that's what
like
I think
saying
of
that.
everybody as. Yes, you're my
So we're
brother, you're my
supposed to.
sister. And if you're like a
Yes,
grandma
I
age,
love it.
if you're 80, I would say grandma, Mima, if they permit
Yep,
it,
yep.
if they permit it. That's just how I was raised to refer to people as.
Same here. Let me say hello to Bubba News. Seniority is everything. Isn't it true, Bubba News? Thank you for coming by. I hope you're doing well, sir. And Celestial Seeker, that's our friend Maria in the Philippines. She's a sky
Hi,
watcher. She's very
Maria,
sweet.
aka
Say
Celestial
hello.
Seeker.
Sis Lynn here has several people who follow her that are from the Philippines as well. Isn't that true, Lynn?
Yes, I do. I have Momsy and Kuya Kenneth and a bunch of folks from the Philippines. I have some people, I have one or two people from Ecuador, people from Spain and Italy. I don't have a huge people from Spain and Italy. Matter of fact, I had one gentleman from Spain. I've been trying to figure out who it was a couple years back. He sent me all these photographs from Spain, and I was not expecting it. I have them. I have to bring them back on the air sometime. But he sent me. He's a photographer. I had no idea he was following me. I had no idea he would do that. But all of a sudden, I go to the I go to the PO box, and there's an envelope, little envelope in there from Spain with the postage and the whole 9 yards. And he sent me beautiful photographs.
That is so nice.
Sis, we never know who's watching. I give YouTube props on that. Where
no, we don't.
We have a vehicle whereby we can communicate with the entire world, and it's a beautiful thing.
That's right.
We get to see their culture. We get to see the kinds of foods, the traditions of other countries. We're not the only country, on the planet.
I know.
I tend to be when I was a youngster, I would tend to be self-focusing because I live here. I was born here. But there are other folks that live meagerly, right? But they're ever so grateful. They're ever so grateful. Real quick, I saw one video of folks in Vietnam where a kind of a mini village of folks get together and they go fishing together. And then they gather the catch, and then they they had houses on wooden slats. They put the big bowl or whatever container down on the ground. They all clean the fish together. Then they cook the fish along with vegetables and rice and stuff like that. And they eat as a community. They eat as the community, and they look quite happy. So
I think we're meant to live that way. I think, we've wandered far away from how we were originally meant to exist, to have family close by and to work together,
Come on, sis.
I think the pursuit of the alleged American dream, I'm doing the air quotes, you can't really see it, but that's pushed money and capitalism and buying and consuming and obeying. It hasn't pushed the family values one bit. So
exactly. It's like I say to myself, or I'm looking, I understand the holiday, the tradition of it, giving gifts to those that you love, your friends that you love. But I just say to myself, for me, how much more stuff do I need? I'm only one person. Now that's just me. Nothing wrong. How many pairs of pants or skirts or doodads and whatchamacallits do I need?
Exactly, exactly. People are the gift, the time spent with one another and our being alive and being able to communicate. That's a
You better
gift.
put that's a sermon all by itself. I don't have to go to church. I don't have to go to church to get a sermon. That was one right there. Come on now.
You wake up just like you said on your stream the other day. You wake up in the morning, you better thank him. You better say, "Thank you, Jesus, that I woke up. Thank you so
Good.
much."
Good. I've seen so far to, Chef was talking about his friend losing a loved one, and then I watched another stream earlier. I'm just visiting folks, and the woman lost a friend. Let me see, a sister lost her friend, lost her son at the age of 25. You just don't know. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but we're just grateful every day that we get up. That's all. We're
Right,
grateful.
because we don't know how long we have. Not one of us. We're not promised 5 now.
Yep. So
Thing I
yeah,
enjoy.
I I just feel like I just don't want people to, because they live alone, to think that's an odd thing, or to think that because they live alone that they're the only one that does. There are many people, both young, middle-aged, and older people, that live by themselves. That's just how it is for some of us, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't
Right,
have to
and
feel like
there's
the odd
nothing
man or
wrong with
woman
that.
out. Come on now. Or sometimes it's a person and they have
No.
their dog, their cat, their cats, their dog, and they're of a particular age and they're happy. We're quite happy, thank you very much. We're doing all right.
Yes, we are. God's grace is sufficient every single day. Bubba
All right.
News, thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful time with your loved ones and enjoy some good comfort food and are safe and warm and happy and blessed. What more can you ask for?
Come on
Everybody
now.
say good evening to Bubba News, another brother in
Good
the Lord
evening.
right there.
Hi,
It's Bubba
Bubba
News.
News.
He's getting ready to scoot.
All right, sis. I think Grandma's gonna go just for now, but I'm very
Oh
grateful that
no,
you will.
just for now. That's what she says every time she's ready to go. Just for now.
Just for
Well,
now,
much love to
exactly.
you. Love
I love
to
you so
Boo
much.
Boo. Love to Mr. Tim, Sister Carmen, and your family, and that new grandbaby, especially. If you want a portrait done, Lynn, you have but to say the word, and my gift to
Okay,
you.
I may
I'll
take you
be
up
happy
on
to
that.
do
I
a
may
portrait
take
for
you
you.
up on that to surprise my son and the mother of my grandbaby. Well,
Okay.
I'll have to go through some photographs.
Yeah, take your
Mhm.
time, do what you need to do. And my email is always, well, not always, but usually in my description. And I can always, and it's a public email, so I don't mind dropping it. If I need to drop it by in one of your comments, I'll do that. So thank
All
you for
right,
coming,
then.
Sister Lynn. I love you. God bless you. Keep praying
Love
for
you
me,
so
Lynn.
much.
Oh, my goodness. Please keep praying for me.
I will.
Everybody say good night to Sister Lynn. Thank you.
Thank you. You're gonna have to
Uh
X me out. I don't quite know how to do that. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go.
oh,
Oh,
I got to
leave.
boot
It
you.
says leave. It says
Uh,
leave. Okay. Love you.
yeah, I love you too. Did she do it? Did she boot herself out? Is she gone? Yes, she booted herself out. Okay, cool. I didn't have to boot her out. There we go. You have a special needs son, Linda. Yeah, well, I have a special needs daughter. They really are a blessing indeed. Let me put the link one more time in the comments here. If I know you, and we're putting an emphasis on if I know you, and you want to come up and say hello this evening for a little bit, you're more than welcome to. If you are in blue and you want to share the links to your channel, to your most recent upload, or you want to shout out somebody else's channel, I invite you to do so. That's perfectly acceptable. Thanks everybody for coming by. I know today of all days, people are busy, and I didn't really expect anybody to come by, but I'm very, very pleasantly surprised. And I thank everybody who's stopped by to say hello. Not all of us have places to go today. Not all of us had big gatherings to go to. Some of us are just home, laying low, staying warm with this big storm. You know how it is. The weather here is cold, cold, cold. It was -2 degrees last night. I don't know where it's at right this minute, but yeah, Rod's pipes froze. They had to tend to that and put some heaters blowing on the plumbing so they'll be able to have water again. I told him he could come here tomorrow and get a shower if need be. So that sucks when you don't have your water because the pipes are frozen. How's the weather there in Michigan, Bobby? Thanks everybody for being here. I really, really appreciate it. I'm having a good time with having fun with my art tonight. Pretty crappy, too much snow, too much wind. Yeah, still got power here too. Thank God for that. The internet went out like just for a few moments last night, but it didn't take long. I was in the middle of watching the last episode of The Walking Dead, and I'm like feeling bad. I'm like, oh, that's the end. But now they're going to do other series that branch off from that, so the stories still go on. So I can still get my Walking Dead fix, and certainly my Daryl Dixon fix. You know, I do love the Daryl. I need to do some drawings based on the Walking Dead series. I've been watching that for years. I love it. I would love to do some portraiture from that show. Having dinner with your mother tomorrow, Bobby? Is she making the... Yeah, well, come on now. Yeah, the crossbow. Come on now. And I love Carol, and then I was mad when they weren't together anymore. I like the dude who was with the dreadlocks that she's with now. I like him too, but I'm like, oh, come on, man, go back to Daryl. Come on now. It's kind of weird getting used to Negan being a good guy. But that actor is a fantastic actor, and he's doing a marvelous job playing the part of Negan. Wow. Big dinner tomorrow. 2 turkeys, 2 hams, sides galore. Wow, I think I just gained 10 pounds just hearing about it. Hearty meatballs. I'm not doing anything fancy. I think I'm going to do beef and noodles. I've got a pot roast and gravy and all the fixins, and I got the German Spätzle noodles, and Diana and Rod really like when I do the beef and noodles, kind of an Ohio thing. One of their favorites, so I'll do that for them. I'll do the turkey when Jason's here next week. More people will be eating, and it'll just make more sense to do that when Jason's here. Oh, hold on, I gotta show you. Any pineapple on that ham? Oh, Bubba News wants to know. Johnny, do you? I didn't know that. That's really cool. Yeah, Diana has autism, and Bobby has a special needs son with autism as well. And it's been so nice to be able to communicate with her about stuff like that, because sometimes you kind of feel alone when you have a special needs child, and what other parent can you talk to? And it's nice that at least we can talk about that. No pineapple. What is it with you people wanting sweet stuff on your meat? Yep, that's right, Johnny. That's right. Her son and my daughter. Ism, welcome to the stream. Bubba, I'm so glad you came by. I didn't expect to see you. Thanks for hanging out with me while I'm just chilling out and painting. Johnny, if you want to grab the link and come up and say howdy who, you can if you want to, sir. You can say, you can shake your fist, and you can chew me out and insult me on my own stream if you want to, Johnny. You go right ahead and do that. Get your voice changer out and tell me you're gonna, you know what I'm talking about, Johnny. That voice changer. Oh, Johnny. Johnny likes to play with his voice changer on his live streams and then threaten people. I'm gonna get Lefty to give you a slow boat ride. My goodness, is it funny? Come on, Johnny, pop on up. Bubba, if you want to pop on up, you can do that too. Love to Jim Brentar and his wife, Mary Kay. Jim popped in for a minute last night, bless his heart. Love to Texaco. And Jeffrey Feinstein. They like to hang out in the lurking lounge. Okay, hold on. Somebody's backstage. Let me go look. Cuddles what? Who's Cuddles? All right, if I don't recognize the name, then there ain't nothing I can do about that. Let me look in the private chat and see who it is. Hold on. Where's the private chat? Is that Johnny? Cuddles. Johnny, do it again. Do it again, Johnny. I can't see it. You disappeared. There we go. Well, Johnny, I didn't know you had a. Goodness sakes.
Cuddles is a long story. Cuddles is a long story on how I got that name. So what I'm actually wearing in this picture is I think an 1800s bear hunting outfit with all the spikes. That's what this is. They used to hunt bear in these. I don't think they won too many fights, but I don't think they lost too many either. I think it was kind of a draw. Anyway, Cuddles is my name because in business it was kind of tough, right? But so I called myself Cuddles one night, and everyone loved it so much. Then the McMuffin part came up that we all called it was McDonald's. We had to name ourselves after something from a McDonald's menu. And so, I mean, you would have been funny because everyone was McFries and McFunny and anything. So that's how it started. Anyway. I love it. Yeah. So, Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah, if that's your deal.
Well, thank you so much, Johnny. Thank you for popping up here real quick and saying howdy ho. And I hope you have a wonderful time with your loved ones and that you eat some good food and that you're warm and safe, Johnny. This cold snap is just, oh my goodness, terrible.
Yeah, I'm in the part of the country though. It was 65 or 70 out today. So.
Oh, is that how it is? Yeah. Well, so you're not going through it.
do you notice if I was a real friend, Nez, I wouldn't have said anything. But I kind of have a mean streak to me, and I could say, "Oh, you snowy son of a boop." I know. That's the problem. That's the reason I have no friends. So I'm
trying to hold my hand steady and paint here, Johnny. You're making me laugh.
That's all right. But it was beautiful out today. Tomorrow I think I'm going to go orange picking. We've got orange, tangelos, grapefruit, and I think I'm going to pick. We've got so many on our tree that I'm going to pick them for all the people at work, because people at my work don't earn a lot of money. So I'm going to pick them, and then we're going to take them into work on probably Monday. I'll take them in, and they can eat them for work and stuff.
Oh, that's nice. I love oranges and lemons and grapefruit, and oh my goodness.
Yeah, these trees
How
have been
nice you
here.
can just...
They've been here for what? How many years? 40 years? 50?
Wow.
50 years these trees are, and they're so established that the oranges are some of the best oranges that we've ever had, and then tangelos are better than that. Actually, you can actually, you know how you can't peel an orange?
Yeah, I love tangelos.
Yeah. We've got a whole tree of them, and if I sent them out to you, I could send them out to you for exactly 5 times more than it would cost you to buy them there.
Wow!
You know, because shipping,
and you
shipping
said you
right
got
now.
Grapefruit too. You got grapefruit too.
Yep. And you know, my wife has kind of a mean streak too. She looks at me the other day. She goes, you know, we're just going to get that tree cut down. I don't like grapefruit. So I said, okay, you've been trying to kill it anyway, so it doesn't matter. And her son comes up here with a grapefruit the other day and goes, oh, look at this. And she goes, I've been trying to kill that tree. She's like grapefruit. So her son comes up and I go, yes, you know, because I finally won one. But it's very funny because these trees are pretty. One of them is like 25 feet around. It's a huge tree. I've never seen a grapefruit tree that big. So we had it trimmed, and so there's not as much fruit on it this year because someone forgot to water it.
Would that be you? And you're just saying someone?
Yes, and by the way, she goes, I did forget. So anyway, it's just mental sparring. But you know, the funny thing is that these trees are we really had them professionally trimmed this year, because I did it for years, but I didn't know really what I was doing, and they did the same thing. Except when when professionals come in and trim your trees, they really cut them down, because the root structures are so significant. They push up the leaves and sprouts. So it's not like you can kill a tree. We have a lemon tree. I cut it down at the ground 8 years ago. It's still popping up leaves.
Well, yeah, because it's like you're pruning it, and that stimulates the growth.
Yeah. It's pretty. And you can't have these things near your house, because the rats will come up the tree and then they'll jump on your house.
Oh no!
Yeah, well, you don't want that. I can't even grow a plant out here because the wildlife is so voracious and so motivated that the rats eat my leaves off my plants because it has water in it.
Oh wow!
It's that tough. You know, we have bobcats here. We have 2 great horned owls in the tree above our house. We've had eagles flying above our house. We got wild parrots here, believe it or not. They're a very unique breed that's exclusive to this area.
Wow.
We've seen the condor. What's that great condor? The huge condor, California condor we saw, right?
Yeah, the California condor. Wow.
We got falcons, hawks.
To Dennis, by the way. Hi, Dennis. Hi, Izzy.
Hey, Dennis.
Hi, Ism. But yeah, you've got quite the complex ecosystem going out there, John.
It is actually. It is actually. Well.
You're never going to live that one down. Never.
You're right, Bubba. It's funny if you think about it. You can do this on your own channels, and you can set off everyone, because they'll all change their names, and everything turns to Mick everything, and.
Oh wow!
It gets to be where everyone starts to jump in, even the quiet people. They'll do it, and then and if the quiet people don't jump in, then all the noisy people like Nez and myself and Bubba News and Dennis and everyone else would jump in, and we just attack them with like, okay, that's that joke is not Mick funny, and you need to do Mick better than that. So it literally went on for 2 hours, and I finally said to him, I said, guys, this isn't funny at all. I mean, this is not funny. If anyone comes on this channel, and there was like 15 people that were going back and forth on this. So we decided we're going to do it one night. We haven't officially done it, but it's going to be something that we do on a night just to see if it works right. It probably will fail, right? Because it has to be spur of the moment, maybe. I don't know. So what are you doing?
You don't know if it's going to fail. You never know till you try. You never know till you try.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Johnny, give me just a minute. Hello, Starling Swallow. That's Jen. Everybody say hi to Jen. Hello, Barbarous Angel. Thank you so much. Okay, Cuddle, you go on.
That's okay. Hey, no one, stay away from me. Just I like my distance. You know the funniest. You know what is the funniest bear scene anyone's ever seen in a movie? There's one bear scene in a movie that is so hysterically funny, and I want to see if someone can name the bear scene. And I'm going to give you a hint. It involves a door.
Is this from the movie Great Outdoors with John Candy and Aykroyd?
Yes. Oh my God. I saw that. I want to tell you something. That movie was, for me, wasn't all that funny. It was really kind of made me nervous because there was the Dan Aykroyd character makes me nervous.
Yeah, he does make me nervous. Yeah.
Yeah, and everything's like a pitch in a cheap sales job. Well, anyway, long story short, that scene came up, and I want to tell you, that made the whole movie for me. It was so out. I mean, I caught me off guard so much, and I'm sitting there dying laughter because it caught me off guard. And remember that movie and that scene as well. It's just something that was really well done.
It really was. And every bit was like a vignette on its own. The horse riding scene, the scene where he eats the Sizzler, the Great 96er, or whatever the hell that was.
Oh my God,
I can see you doing that, Johnny, with a big pepper, like the 96-ounce ghost pepper.
I remember that. You know, Nez, I'm still a fraud. I'm still a fraud eating peppers because some guy, I did like 10 of these things for tincture, and he had one where he couldn't see it going in my mouth. So I'm a fraud. And I'm like, how does that even come in your head? Well, you do 10 of them, and you get 1 or 12 or 8 or whatever the hell it was. But the funny thing was that if you do that many and you get one wrong, you reshoot it, right? You did, I did. But no, you can't reshoot it. I'm sorry, it's already written in lore. I mean, you're stabbed for the rest of your life. And the drama, oh my God. So yes, I can do peppers, but the peppers. The next one was that the peppers I was eating were not real, and I'm like, is this? Yeah, you can't make it up. So there's no drama on YouTube. There's no drama on YouTube, guys. None. None.
So you're a pepper fraud, is what you're trying to say.
Well,
right here.
It's. When you see drama form, it doesn't matter what its form is, because it doesn't really make any sense. It's just an overwhelming force of attack that they think they can take you out. And I just came back, and now my account's 3 times the size of theirs. And
I hear you, Johnny. I hear you. I've got a friend who's getting attacked, and as well, shoot, my fan club's always on the prowl. But those people, like you were saying on one of your streams, they're not producing positive content. They don't have the talent or the fortitude to produce positive content. And my mother would say they're just jealous, is what my mother would say.
I've never heard anyone. Right. Yeah, I never heard anyone's. I've never. Now there are some really big accounts that attack things that are wrong. You know what I mean? They do that. I've watched them in
auditing channels. Now I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
People who go after the cops and stuff that are filthy and dirty and crooked. Yeah, I'm all for that.
So but for me, it's the people that are producing nothing of value. And but anyway, the one story out of here that I want everyone to hear is I was on someone very special to me. She just lost her husband.
Oh,
And it's part of life. I'm just convinced there's so
yeah, I
many people
know.
that died this year. It's terrible, right? So I'm on her channel, and I'm really good at reading situations, right? I mean, I have a knack. And
Right.
so I was sitting on there, and I'm watching her face when these two trolls come in. They said something really nasty and off. It wasn't even like nasty. It was like, I'm throwing the best effort I have to be nasty, and it doesn't make much sense. But okay, so I blocked them. We were having a live chat. So I thought for a minute, I'm thinking, what am I watching here? What's off? So I go to this person's channel, one of them, and they're having a live stream with 9 people on it. Do you know, Nez, I couldn't figure out what one of them were saying.
What?
It was, now, that's a little terrifying, right? Because they all were the same mental capacity. So they were all having a conversation, finishing each other's sentences, of which it didn't have any conclusion. It was an ongoing rambling sentence that went on for 5 minutes. I finally left, figuring out that someone said to me, like finds like, right? Like if you get a marker on a table, the best way to get it off is to take the marker, go over it, and have some type of a solvent right after it. But you can, like dissolves like, and dissimilar does not dissolve dissimilar. So I always take the pen and go over itself, or like a marker, a permanent marker, and it'll take it right off.
Wow.
So, it takes most of it off. Put it that way. Anyway, so the person said that when you have people, they will find each other. Well, after she said that, I went back and I looked. Most of the people are recovering, which is fine. I mean, that's just self. And most of the people are angry. They're all identical. So I thought to myself, maybe this is not similar. And I went to another channel, and I can't really tell if they're all identical, but I thought they have a similar, right? Because you can't tell in one sitting. You have to really sit back and listen, find out if it's groupthink time, right? But anyway, so it was really interesting. But what I wanted to share that with everyone is, you can't even consider a troll or anything as anyone. This is the basic foundation of human existence, right? If you have folks that are challenged, and there's a lot of people on here that are, by the way, I support them. I always support, right? I'll have them on my channel. I'll do nothing bothers me at all. Autistic even, but
I know many people like that too.
Right. And we know, but each one of us knows that they're part of the community, and we will protect them beyond anything, because we have special needs children, stepchildren, etc.
Right.
We're a very unique group of people that don't want to see anyone pushed to the side. If at all possible, include them as far as you can, and coach them, right? So what I learned there was that here we are. The basic fundamental of these folks was to attack. They weren't producing anything of content. They were attacking. They were attacking to get the same attention that the person who has a stable job, has a family and everything else, still they're doing the same exact thing. And that was really an eye-opener for me, because it's just human nature. Then that's just human nature, what you're seeing. If it's across that broad of a spectrum, it's not learned, it's just natural, and it's narcissism. So anyway,
it really is. And there's sadly a lot of people out there that have narcissistic tendencies, or are full-on narcissists themselves, that take to attacking other people just for entertainment purposes, just because that's what they like to do, to get supply.
Well, if they can stun you, and usually it takes a lot to get over the original hit, because it's such an offensive hit, and then after you figure out a few things, if you have a lot of belief in yourself, you can come back and have a perfectly normal existence. They're just looking
Right.
to damage you as the person. And I'll say that it's a pretty forceful attack, right? I mean, they're pretty forceful in their attack. But when you figure out what's going on, you're like, no way, this is not going to happen the way they want it. And you just come back and you just outlast it all.
You're telling my story, Johnny. You're telling my story.
It's and we will have that story, by the way. It just has to be the right time.
The right time is worth waiting for, sir. Yes.
Yeah, well, I agree with that 100%. And it's becoming so prevalent. The issue is so prevalent on the platform that
it really is.
I would like to start the task group with some other people, and I might approach YouTube because I think that when there's 3 people involved, it's a gang. It's an electronic gang, and I think that's different. That is malicious at the very core.
Cyber stalking, and yeah, that's gang stalking. That's not. Yeah. There's no other way to see that.
Yeah. So anyway, that would be my approach with it. I think what I need to do is I need to gather my thought and find an avenue for it, right? Because there's nothing. It's literally the Wild West on YouTube right now. It can't stay that way.
It's horrible. Right.
Yeah. It can't stay that way. The platform won't survive if it stays that way. But you can have free speech and you can allow that. But once people go out of their way to do that, then hopefully we can get them to realize that it's not okay. Because usually the people that are doing it are the ones they're trying to stun the prey. It's like a bird slamming into the water and hitting a fish. It's to stun the prey and then pick them up. Anyway, so that was my story in a nutshell. And it didn't. I will say this: it made me better than ever. And none of them have recovered. What's really interesting, it's a thing, right? Every single one of the people that's attacked me cannot get their feed started again.
Right.
They're devastated. One of them had to take it down 3 times, another one 3 times. They're on their 2nd account. The other one's on their 3rd account, I think. The federal government got involved.
Wow.
The other one had to take their content down. The one at the top has over 100,000 subscribers, and I get more comments than he does.
Wow.
And so that it's a spiritual thing. That's why I just sat back and let it happen, because what I believe, Nez, I don't know what you think, but if you just let them keep on doing what they're doing, everyone notices it. It's not normal.
Exactly. And you're right about it's a spiritual thing at its core. It really, truly is. When you're putting good energy out there and good vibes and good intentions, then good comes back to you. When you're doing negative things and evil things and hateful things, those people doing that are really hurting themselves, because it will come back to them one way or another,
Well, I was, it's funny. I don't know if you feel the same way, but I'm always led to information that I would never see on my own.
Right.
One time I was wondering why people in recovery, and I'm not, again, aiming at anyone, and we're so different. And I was sitting in front of a group in a very unique area that had about 100 people that would show up probably 4 to 5 days a week. They would have a group session, and every day they'd walk past me, and I just noticed something was off. Anyway, I noticed after a while what that something was off. They were dressing like they were back in high school. They were dressing. They were talking like they were back in high school. And in my mind, right? So I was in a chat one day, and the guy came in and he goes, the cognitive development stops when you're young, when you become addicted.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I'm not a doctor. Anyway, I don't want to get too deep into this, but I thought,
that's okay.
I heard that, and you know what, Nez, that piece of information made total sense, because I was wondering why they were all back. This argument seemed like it was back in 10th grade. The argument seemed like conversations I would have in 10th grade. And
I hear you. I hear you. They never go past that mindset of that particular age group. Really. No, they don't.
And I'm not an expert. That's what I noticed. And so when I heard that piece of information, it allowed all the other cogs to start making sense, right? And start moving. And then I was, what was the other one? I was in another chat and someone said something, and another piece came into play. And these are chats that I'm not normally in. Right. I just popped in, but I went to that chat for a reason. It was to hear that little bit of information and leave, so I could put the pieces together and I would understand why I'm being silent, why I'm not attacking back. And you know what? They said that not attacking back hurts them like being stabbed with a knife. It's that painful when you don't acknowledge them.
Right.
I don't know, but that's what it was said. No chance to mature, Tanya. I'm not sure. It's just when I heard and I saw the behavior, the clothes, the language, the attitude. It reminded me of where I was in 10th grade. So that was why it made sense to me. Was it universal? No. I don't know what causes some people to miss it, but my understanding is that they have to get significant counseling, pointed counseling, to help them develop beyond the age where they became addicted. That's all I know. And I don't know if it's true, if it's not true. I just don't want to get it any further. But it was something really interesting. Looked into it. I know tons of people that are recovering. And they all have a day on the wall that they write down on how many days they've been sober. And one guy told me the story, and it was really fascinating. And now he's a born-again Christian and everything. It's just really cool. Wow. We're going to go out to eat in a week or two, which is really cool. And cool. I don't know, this year, did you touch base? I'm finding myself touching base with people from 10 years ago.
Today I took some time to just touch base with some people that it's been a good long while, different people, different times, but I had a good time reconnecting with some people that I love and I care about. So that was kind of one of my highlights today, was doing that.
Good. It's very therapy. Unique for me. Very unique. I found out one of the guys that used to work for me is a full-blown colonel right now. Just got back from war college.
Wow.
Well, it's really neat because one of them was a Marine, one of them was in the Navy. His dad was a full-blown bird too, but it made me really proud. I told him, because he had a battalion underneath him before, but now full-blown bird. And I just thought, holy crud, man. And can you imagine managing those two? Whew, man, I'm telling you, it was the easiest thing I ever did. All you had to do is tell them what you wanted the image to look like when we finished. And you'd never hear from them again. They'd stop by, tell you what's going on. And that's all we did all day long. Is that they were the easiest people to coach because they were the ones that were given instruction and had to follow through with it always. It was amazing interaction. And now that I know that guy's a colonel, now it makes a little bit more sense to me.
Yes, it does.
Anyway, so. Let me see who we got in here. Thank you, Tonya. Those are really, really interesting words. Thank you.
There's the Sasquatch descending the mountainous hillside there.
I don't know, Nez, have you been keeping up on these pyramid things? I know you're into the pyramids and all this, but have you kept up on
What
the
about the
pyramid code?
pyramids, my dear? What specifically about pyramids are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm just I've been bumping. I've saved about 30 videos on YouTube to go watch because I've been watching Joe Rogan. And I've been watching the guys, the doctors that work along with him and do the shows. But someone told me about the pyramid code. It's supposed to be excellent. And I started listening to the pyramid code. There's a documentary series, and then there's other pyramid codes. But it's a whole bunch of interesting stuff about the pyramids. They're finding they're way older than, I mean, they're now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They're antediluvian, which means pre-flood. If you don't know what antediluvian means, that means pre the big flood, the biblical flood. And I think you brought this up in one of your streams, but the way they're constructed, they're not a tomb. They're an energy conduit. They're there to harness Earth's energy, and they used to be, well, the ones in Giza used to have white limestone on the outside, and that's all gone. And they used to have a gold capstone, and gold's an excellent conductor. So, and then there's water beneath the Great Pyramids. There's all kinds of things going on beneath the pyramids. Look into that one, Johnny. What's going on under the Sphinx and under the pyramids in Giza? Look into that.
I'm gonna. That's kind of where I want to go because, I've been a big Art Bell fan. By the way, Ragnar Adventures, welcome.
Bottle Hello, Caps, Ragnar.
Welcome. I was a big Art Bell fan. I don't know if you remember Art Bell.
Oh yes, yeah. I remember Somewhere in Time with Art Bell and the other show he did. Yes,
and George Norrie, to me, I can't. I just don't want any part of him.
He rubs me the wrong way. He is the consummate fence sitting, won't stand up for anything, but he can sell anything, can't he? He can get behind whatever he's talking about on any given show at any moment. He's good at what he does. I'll give him that.
And he screwed over Art Bell, by the way.
Yes, he did. He
did. So Art Bell was genius at what he did. I have old Art Bell episodes. I found them all, and I would listen to them. And like Mel's Hole. Well, if you haven't heard Mel's Hole story on Art Bell, you haven't lived. Mel's Hole story is, I've listened to it 100 times. It is absolutely, and it was backed up by another one later. I don't know if I believe in any of that, but it was such a well done story. It was such a well done enactment. There's another one where a guy was flying over Area 51 in a Cessna. And there were so many good shows with Father Malachi, with Bob Lazar.
Yeah, Bob Lazar.
Yeah.
There was one with somebody named Robert Ghostwolf. You remember that one? That was like in the 90s, I think. About how there's this I don't know if it's a fungus or what it was, spores that have infiltrated everything, and just they're detrimental to our health. I don't know if they're geoengineered, but the upshot was, his message was, it's whatever that was has spread everywhere and it's too late, whatever that thing was. But yeah, he's native indigenous personnel. Look up Robert Ghostwolf.
I have it right here. Yep. And he was on Art Bell.
Yeah. I think it was. I used to listen to stuff like that with Diana's dad. So that rings a bell. I'm sure if you look up Robert Ghostwolf, it'll point you in the right direction. So
yeah, it's wolf, right? Wolf, like a wolf.
Yeah, I think it's one. I don't know if it's two separate words or two words pushed together. I don't know. But he's Native American. So, and he's passed on. He's not alive anymore.
Oh, interesting. Well, it was. I'm going to tell you what intrigues me. I think it's really healthy to accept information that you're not comfortable with. I think it's really healthy to believe that there are ghosts. I do actually believe there are, or at least spirits, right? And I don't believe. I don't believe. I had one experience I can't explain, and it's not life altering, but it was interesting enough when I was young enough. I didn't even know that this stuff existed, that it happened, which makes it more valid to me.
Right.
Anyway, long story short is there's so many things that once you keep your mind open to those different facets, it allows you to think more openly about everything. It allows you to hear. See, I think most people believe that talking shows them how smart you are. It's not, it's listening. Because an intelligent person will listen, and that what's the first thing the intelligent person is going to do when they're done listening?
Think about what they say, first of all.
Yep. They're going to
and
ask
then research the topic, and then maybe learn something and then contribute to the conversation.
Yep. And they always ask questions, right?
And asking questions. That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah. And it's if you have people that don't ask questions, it's not a sign of intelligence. And I don't mean that negatively. It's how they approach a problem, right? How do you approach a problem? If you approach a problem, I know what the answer is, without asking yourself any questions, I'm sorry, that's a high failure rate, right? Because you actually are not comprehending what was being told to you. You assume that you have got it all figured out already. And I think that's not a good way to approach anything. And when you get older, I think you change a little bit too. I think you're either closed-minded or open-minded. And I'd like to think that Nez, the pyramid thing will open my mind a little bit further, because there's something that's definitely off about the pyramids.
Right.
I just don't believe the story we're being told makes sense.
Right. And the official narrative wants you to believe that Egyptians built those with copper tools, and you cannot do that kind of architecture with that kind of technology. That's just not how it's done. And I've learned that from looking into it. And the official narrative is that, and so much research has been done to show diagrams of the inside, video of the inside. It is not a tomb. It is set up like an energy conduit, for electricity to go through. And if you look into that, that makes sense. We may not have all the pieces of that puzzle, but let me tell you, that makes a lot more sense to me than, just calling it a tomb and saying it was built with copper tools. That's not right at all.
Josette, remember Josette? She comes onto my feed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she supports me. God bless her. That's so nice. Yes.
Yeah, she just was at the pyramids.
Yeah, I think she was. I saw that. I did see that. Yes.
And I have a person at my house that's been there. And it's one of the places I'd love to go. And I will tell you, when I saw them, it was less impressive, but it was more impressive because what I could see is massive age, right? It's not just, if you're looking at, like right now in the middle of the Amazon, they're finding huge, they believe if they use a LiDAR in the Amazon jungle, they'll find buried pyramids and villages. That's how convinced they are right now that civilization, that is an ancient civilization site. And they're finding now that these areas that they thought were young they were old beyond the oldest civilization known to man. And they were drilling down with structures underground. And it was shocking, so much so that all the experts were trying to have them shut down. And the government said, no, we're going to keep on going. To me, this is fascinating, Nez. It's just because, like you were saying, is it the frequency, right? Because I've been reading a lot about the frequencies and Tesla and all that.
Oh,
Tesla,
yes.
Tesla figured it all out, I think. And that's why his work is gone.
Right. And I think maybe he knew a little too much, and he either made himself disappear or someone else made him disappear.
Yeah,
I believe
I agree
that.
with that.
I think that's a
I agree with that.
sensible, logical conclusion to come to when it comes to Nikola Tesla. I believe that.
And
Another,
his stuff was energy related, right? Everything he did
it
was
was
energy.
how to
Yeah, yeah,
harness the free energy of the earth. I mean,
right.
for people who don't believe that, yes, earth creates energy, and there's a way to harness that. And like you were saying, those ancient civilizations that predate or are the date of the pyramids that are energy conduits, um, they knew how to get it. They knew how to tap into the earth and use and harness that energy. When you look at petroglyphs, like in Egypt, that have giant things on there that look like long light bulbs, I kind of believe that's what it is. I don't think it's metaphorical. I don't think it's poetry. I don't think it's abstract art. I think they are rendering what they saw and what they had. From all the
Yeah,
art history I've studied, I'd say 99% of of what they call Paleolithic and Neolithic art, um, they're rendering what they saw, the wildlife, the people, the creatures. And I'm going to
right.
say creatures. I'm going to say people when they show people that have a human type body and a different kind of head, whether it's an insect head or an animal head, like Anubis. I think they actually saw beings like that. And I'm of the mind, from my research, that beings like that are Nephilim. They are a result of fallen angels intermingling their DNA with humans, with other creatures on Earth. I believe that 110%. I
It would
really do.
explain a few things now, wouldn't it?
It certainly would.
Yeah,
It certainly
I think it
would.
We have a really interesting comments coming from
Yeah, go
We
ahead
Are
and
the
read some.
Conscious. We Are the Conscious Evolution. It says, dude, all that pyramid stuff has been coming up lately. And that's what I'm pointing to, Nez. There's a ton of new stuff that they said has just turned everything upside down. Has been coming up lately. I think we're going to be turned back. They're going to be turned back on that kind of weird, like, that I'm going into all that stuff, right? So people have, so there's some hieroglyphs and some pyramids. Why isn't it in others? That would be an interesting conversation to have in itself, because it doesn't make any sense, which means that there's there's equally advanced civilization. They all just disappeared, right? No, they didn't. They didn't just disappear. You don't just have civilizations disappear unless it's a plague or something. You would be able to identify what happened to it. Where are all the tools for the pyramids?
Right, exactly.
It just, and the next one comment was, well, here's the thing. If you're always learning, you will find out the truth. They're not a pile of rocks. And everything, even when I was a kid, I always said to myself, how do you build something like that? How do you build the tunnels that are so intricately designed? Where are these cutting stones that they had and the milling to cut these stones that had to have been carried hundreds of miles, thousands, whatever they were? But if you think about how those structures were built, it doesn't make any sense that a fundamental person who's just winging it could design that. The complications had to have been beyond comprehension. 30-ton stones? Are you serious? How are you going to move a 30-ton stone? Any idea?
You're gonna use harness the free energy of the earth to manufacture and move stones like that, is what you're going to do.
It has to. It has to be.
And they
something.
took those pieces of the puzzle away from the mainstream and from the world's eye view of that. They took a lot of stuff away.
And it's
I'm
intentional.
fascinated. Dana, We Are the Conscious Evolution. Yes, I see you. Oh yeah, I know you've got
Finding
complications
Kino.
with. Yeah, I know you're contributing to the conversation. We see you, Dana. Thank you so much. I know you're having problems with the Fire Stick, but yeah, please keep making comments if you got something to say about it. We'll get to you as soon as we can. Finding Kino, thank you for coming to the stream. Good to see you. Yeah, we're kind of doing an art and truther chat tonight. I didn't anticipate it, but Johnny Smallpepper, that's who's Cuddles McMuffin on the panel with me. That's our Johnny Smallpepper. I love this conversation, Johnny, and I hope we can do another conversation like this, not just on my stream, but I would love to be a guest on your panel and chit chat about things such as this as well, if you are interested in doing so.
My problem with guests is I have seen so many you won't, Nez, but I've seen so many people want to be a guest and they've turned it south so hard that it's like it turns into a disaster area. So what I wanted to do was I'm going to build up a series of discussions. You'd like there's another guy, Uncle Burpee Yoga Uncle. I
love him. Yeah, he's great.
Yep, he's a big pyramid guy too. And he's the one that originally got my thoughts up. He said, listen, check into this stuff because, it wasn't on my radar. So yes, we should. And with you, the conversation's always good because it's always back and forth. And I believe that's what oftentimes it isn't that way. And, so I look at it like, if you can have a conversation with a person back and forth where you're not fighting for territory and attention, it's really a positive experience that everyone enjoys. And it's really rare. I don't hear those conversations. Like I hear them on your panel all the time where everyone gets a chance to talk. It's respectful. Whereas other people want to just be heard, right? They want to be heard. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine with me. But it's not a conversation. And I think it makes it makes me nervous when that happens, but it doesn't bother me anymore. Because I like the people. It doesn't matter. It just, I'm more used to it now. That's my point. It took me a lot.
Another thing. Go ahead, John. Go ahead.
No. I won't say what I did in open forum, but I work with some of the most intelligent people you could ever be a part of. And I'm not one of those people. It's not a matter of your intellect when you're dealing with them. It is a matter of your being able to listen to them, comprehend what they're saying, and actually find out what they're truly saying. Not just they're talking about, but what they're truly saying, what their concerns are, right? And it's an art form, just like your art that you're doing right now. It's not a matter of spewing and do with that. And because of that, it teaches you to approach things a little bit differently. Anyway.
Well, you've got to take time to listen and take a breath and then take a moment to think about how you want to respond. A real conversation has a rhythm and a cadence to it. It's not just people yelling and vying for attention and who's going to be louder. Too many people, Johnny, think that if they talk long enough and loud enough that they're right and everybody else is wrong. The hell with that
noise.
That's
the German method. That's the German method, by the way. But I used to work for a German company. I know that we didn't make it. That's not made up. It's just they slam their fist on the ground and go, okay, that doesn't mean you're right still. And they can talk. Really good conversations.
Go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead.
No, I was looking at Okie Grower, said maybe giants made the pyramids. I do believe there were people much larger than us, by the way.
Yes.
There's one, I don't know, do you know where it was, Nez? There was steps the size of 10 or 15 humans tall.
There's steps outside of Japan underwater. I know that. They're huge.
Yeah, and this was out of water, and I think I took a picture of it because it stunned me so much. But they were actual steps made like our steps for going up to our porch, Nez, like the Japan ones. I didn't even know those existed, but there's ones above water, and I thought, oh my God, these people had to have been giant, and they had to have had legs the size of, I'm guessing, a telephone pole. And probably twice that. That's where the knee would have been. to climb up there. And my if I can find the picture, I'll send it to you. I think it's just fascinating.
Right.
You see here. So, do you believe there was giants?
Well, scripture tells us in the book of Genesis that there were giants in the earth in those days and also after that. So, absolutely, I believe in giants. And not only that, but I am of the mind to believe that humanity, as originally created, that we were a little bigger than we are now. I kind of am leaning towards that too.
Okay,
That
so we're
being
kind of
said, I
evolving.
think that explains why a lot of architecture looks the way it does with the big doorways and the big steps, because there were bigger people walking around.
Okay.
I believe that.
Yeah, I never thought about that. I didn't. What I do believe, Nez, is I'm finally at the point in my life where I have to reconsider stuff, and I am going to go into that venture right now, because there's something that's so off, and I don't believe our government anymore. So I believe that the reason they're starting to talk about UFOs, the reason they're starting to talk about stuff, because one of the things that was brought up in discussion from Lazar was that the UFO they found was not prehistoric. It was an ancient relic. And that would explain some of the stone structures that have been carved into the side of mountains that look like space people, spaceships. Anyway, I just and again, I don't have I just started this whole venture, but that's what I'm thinking, right? That's the mindset, is maybe because I don't know if you've been reading on the other side of on the dark side of the moon, there's supposed to be civilization there. And the astronauts were told they'd be killed if they talked about it. So Buzz Aldrin has recently come out and started talking about this, and he's had some issues. But the other astronauts also talked about this, and they're really good videos that I haven't watched completely. I watched maybe 10 minutes of them, but I put them into my watch later thing. Anyway, Inez, it's just really fascinating stuff to me, just to consider it. That just expands your mind.
Exactly. And I'm of the frame of mind that not only were we lied about so many things like who built the pyramids, but I hate to tell you, but I don't think we went to the moon. Buzz Aldrin was telling a little girl in an interview, and you can look up that on YouTube. He told her, she was like maybe 8, 9 years old, and he told her we didn't go. I really think there's strong evidence that supports that we never went. I think that's one of the things we've been lied to about.
The flag is one of the ones where there's a disaster, right? Where they showed the flag waving and there's no atmosphere.
Right.
And I've heard that too. That's something that I've heard for years. And someone said, no, we went once, but we never went again because we were warned never to go again. That made sense to me. Because what they found on the other side of the moon, they said, where they were constantly being watched, and that they were threatened with their whole families being killed if they mentioned anything to anyone about this. And this is, I think the videos came out last month, so I have to watch more of this. So I've heard that take before. I don't know if I have no opinion if it's right or wrong, Nez. I'll take a look at that, him saying that to the young girl, because those are the comments that truly you have to listen to, right? They're not meant to be heard. They're not meant to be heard.
Right.
And someone said that they couldn't have gone to the moon anyway. We didn't have the science to do it. We never would have made it through the atmosphere, or there was something that would have prevented us from going with our technology at the time.
Right. And I think, given how the craft, the lunar modules, all of that stuff looked and how it was constructed, it just doesn't seem feasible. to me that they would be in there as long as they were, that could survive that kind of trip. And the footage itself, the evidence of where the light and shadows fall. I could go on and on, but the best thing is just to look into it for yourself, Johnny. And
right, exactly.
There's even a video out there with Stanley Kubrick confessing to filming the moon landing, and
yes,
that grabbed me. Watch it and see what you think. I mean, that's all I can say is just listen to the man. And you say
what's
you
the
can
name? Stanley
Kubrick, the director who did Clockwork Orange, 2001: Space Odyssey.
Thank you.
That guy. Yeah.
And after what I've seen this last bit of time, I would say the last 20 years, where our government is turned into a bunch of sixth graders running around spending money and doing stuff, and they're talking like they're insane. It just goes to prove that you've got to reconsider everything we were told, because if this is our government, what else are
right.
And this is right in plain sight what we're seeing, then everything else has got to be a farce. Everything's got to be a complete fabrication that we've been told, because the information, and this is an overgeneralization, but I would say that what I'm seeing with our government right now would make me believe that they're acting in such a way either to take away our rights, or they're acting a way to cover up something, or both. So I don't know what it is right now, and I'm looking at everything thinking, I don't believe anything I see anymore. I don't believe anything I hear. I don't watch the news. I can't watch it. It just seems like it's not true. So I'm going to spend my time on this and hopefully learn something,
Hold on a minute, Johnny. There's Derby Jack. Hey, Derby. Boy, did you step in the right time. I got Johnny Small Pepper on here. I know it says Cuddles McNuggets, or I don't know, Cuddle something on there. I've got my glasses on, but it's very small. McMuffin. Okay. That's Johnny Small Pepper. We're kind of doing an Art and Truther chat. And yeah, that's right, Derby. New World Order. That's all you need to know. Connection of lives and interests. Thank you for coming by. Grumpy Troll. God bless you, Grumpy Troll. Thank you for coming by. Finding Kino. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody. The real DJ Fruit Loops. Thank you so much. God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful time with family and friends. No, I don't celebrate that holiday anymore, but I am a Christian. I do follow Jesus Christ. I don't believe he was born on December 25th. That's a long story, though. But I do respect and appreciate sentiments of people, extending greetings all the same. So thank you. I hope you guys will all have a wonderful time with family, friends, eat some good food, be warm and safe. So I just wanted to throw that out there. We've got Johnny Small Pepper here on panel with me. And Johnny, I think that we've been lied to about so many things, from the shape of the earth to where the moon and the sun are. How far away are they really? To the dome firmament, actually existing and not some magical Van Allen belt. I think the Van Allen belt is the dome of the firmament, as talked about in scripture. There's people that don't believe in giants. There's people that we're told that, Bigfoot doesn't exist. Well, I kind of think he does, because I think that's one of those Nephilim subcategory hybrids. I think they're out there, and they've been here a long time. And the list goes on of things that we've been lied about. And I think the lying has been to ultimately hide the existence of God, which also points to the existence of Jesus Christ being very real. And I think that's what the nefarious powers that be, that are in charge of all the lying and the covering up of all these things, that's what they're hiding. I believe that, Johnny, from you name it, and the lies that they tell. The truth of it, of our existence here, points back to God, creation, intelligent design. My goodness, Johnny, we could go on and on.
Yeah, we could. And, Devil's Tower, they're talking about Devil's Tower. I looked at that, and the first thing I thought, that's a tree. Or, that's a volcano. Yep. Right? I mean, it's one of those two. And I don't know enough to speak one way or the other on it, but it's just, you look at it and it's totally, and everyone just looks at it. No. You can figure it out if you spend some time looking at it. You can kind of figure out what's going on by using carbon dating and stuff. But my point is that you look at that and you go, that's an anomaly, right? That's something worth taking a look at.
Right.
Anyway, I saw that comment in there. Nez, I am going to take off. I've got a beautiful grandson right outside the room here, and it is that beautiful night before. I wish everyone a spectacular holiday season, Christmas. Jesus Christ is the reason for the season, guys. Absolutely.
That's right.
That's
we
what
can
we're here to
celebrate
celebrate.
him every day. Every
Yes,
day we can celebrate.
I'm grateful
Jesus.
every day. Nez,
Me
thank you so
too.
much for having me up.
Thank you for coming up, Johnny. And I hope you'll come back again sometime. And
Yes.
God willing, we'll have another good conversation. Thank you,
I know we
Johnny
will.
Smallpepper.
Thank you.
God bless you and your family. Much love. Have a good
Much love
rest
to
of
everyone.
your holiday. Thank you.
Bye now.
Say goodbye to Johnny. Go check out Johnny Smallpepper, especially if you want to meet new people and new friends that are very supportive. Here is the oil painting from tonight. We've got a little Sasquatch descending the little foresty mountainside there. Derby, do you want to come up? Derby Jack, are you still here? I'm going to put the link out there one more time. Remember to keep loving one another. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you so much. I love you too, Johnny. Thank you. Wonderful conversation. Keep loving those difficult to love people, even if they hate you and throw all kinds of nasty and venom at you. If they're talking about you, if they're making videos about you, if they're being all manner of nasty, those are exactly the kind of people that Jesus wants us to love. And that's the truth. Scripture tells us that if we want forgiveness, we've got to forgive. So forgive everybody else, forgive yourself. And we're to pray without ceasing. So keep on praying. Keep praying for one another. And make sure you tell somebody you love them before you go to bed tonight. There's the link. If anybody else wants to come up real quick, Connection of Lives and Interests, you're welcome to come up. Derby, you don't feel good? Okay. Okie Grower, do you want to come up for a minute? You're more than welcome. Dana, if you want to, well, you've got tech issues. I won't ask you to do that if you got tech issues. But if anybody else that I know wants, Grumpy Troll, if you want to come up, you're more than welcome. I'll leave that up for a minute. Aw. Well, Derby, you'll have to come up another time when you're feeling much better. Thanks again, everybody. I appreciate you hanging in there with me as I was painting, and for the guests I've had on, thank you to Over 50 and Fantabulous, our sister Lynn, that came up and hung out. Thanks to Chef Jack, one of our friends in Australia. He's a chef and he's a musician, very talented. I'm glad he came up too. And thank you to Johnny Smallpepper for being another guest of mine tonight. Thank you so much. You don't have to have a special day to celebrate Jesus, to love one another, to give each other gifts, to make good food, and just spend quality time with one another. You can do that anytime you want. You don't have to do it on a designated day or time. You really, really don't. Do it every day. Love each other every single day. That's right. Pray and give praises to God. Connection, love to you and Mr. Thumbs Up and little Cosmo. Aww. If you're a little dog person, if you love little dogs, go see Connection of Lives and Interests. She's got a cute little doggy named Cosmo. He's so cute. Ajot, oh, thank you so much, honey. Thank you. God bless you, honey. It's so chilly. I had to turn off my heater because it was too loud while I'm streaming, but I've got my oven on low. So that's kept me nice and warm as I'm talking. Thank you for the $5 super chat. If you guys got to go and get out of here, I understand. But if you want to hang out a little bit more with me, you're more than welcome. I think I'm going to play another tune. I don't have to get up early in the morning. And I'd kind of like to hear a few more songs. Thank you so much. Ajot says, I know it's not much, But happy holidays, my friend. Thank you, Ajot, for your sweet, kind gift. Thank you so much. Here again is my oil. This is a small one. I think this is this 3x3 or 4x4? Let me get my ruler out. Let's measure it. Been layering up yet. Make sure you have your layers on. Okay, this is 4x4. We got the Fiskars corked back ruler. If you take art classes at university or art school, you need to have your cork backed ruler so it doesn't slip when you're working on your projects. The 4x4 oil painting of, where's the Sasquatch? Sasquatch is going down that hill. And if anybody's got a title suggestion, well, you just let me know it. Let me know it. We'll talk about it. I'm so glad you guys came to be with me tonight. It's kind of weird sometimes to go through the quote-unquote holiday season. I mean, but I don't feel bad that I'm just here with my daughter, because I've been there and done that in my day. I've come from a big family. I've had the house full of people. I've been there at the big, the best things about things like the gatherings like that were my mother and my grandparents, and they've all gone on to be with the Lord. So, I had that kind of time with them. And yeah, I miss them, but all the pain in the butt that goes with how we used to do the holiday, I mean, I'm so glad I don't have to deal with a tree and decorations, all that nonsense. It's a load off my mind. Oh, is Cosmo doing better? That's Connection of Lives and Interest, little dog. Yeah, that's 4x4. Hill squatches. Is that what you said, Grumpy Troll? Hill squat. No, there might be something hiding back there. You kind of can't see, but that might be something hiding there. You can kind of see a little face peeking out if you look really, really close. Then we got the squatch descending down here. Again, I was inspired by one of my new favorite channels. It's called The Facts by How to Hunt. And it's this guy, Steve, in Canada. I don't know if he's in British Columbia or what, but he has another channel where he talks about hunting and gives tips on hunting. But on this channel, he gets emails from people talking about their encounters with cryptids like Sasquatch, dogmen, other creepy stuff and creatures out there in the wild, in the woods, from all over the world. So, and he has beautiful cinematography. He shows scenery like this, for beautiful hillsides and mountainsides with lots of beautiful pine trees. He really inspires me with his videography. He really does. I'd like to sing a little something before we go. I don't know what to do. If you got to get out of here and get away from me, you got to go do your thing. Hey, I understand. Thank you so much. But if you can hang out for just a little bit longer, I'd like to sing another song before we get on out of here. Let me just find what I want to sing. I like this one. This is my favorite Christmas song that I don't celebrate Christmas, but it has to do with Jesus, so I'm okay with that. Let's do A Holy Night. You can sing that every day of the year. Holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Holy the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A weary world rejoices when yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Oh, on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices. Oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born. Oh, night divine, oh, night. Moonlight divine. Billy! Oh, Billy. Hello, Billy. I love you. I got my gin and tonic, Billy. Thank you for my red rose. I love you, Billy. Here, Billy. We got a little Sasquatch descending the mountain. And there might be another one back here, Billy. Can you kind of see a little face peeking out there? Christ is the Lord. Oh, praise his name forever. His power and glory evermore. Evermore proclaim his power and glory evermore. Evermore proclaim. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, Billy can't hear me. Billy can't hear me. Aw. Oh, okay. Billy can't hear me, but I know he can see this. I love you, Billy. There, let me put that in the chat. All right, let's do one more song and then we'll get the heck out of here. I know you guys got things to do. You're probably getting ready for tomorrow. I'm just going to have a nice day tomorrow. I'm not really going to be doing a whole lot. I've got an easy dinner to make. It's not going to take very long. Diana's dad will come over. And I'm going to do beef and noodles because that's like one of their favorites that I make. And then we'll do the big turkey when Jason comes next week. So that's what we're going to do. Let me do one more tune. I'm trying to pick one. Give me just a moment. I didn't know Billy was going to come in at the last minute. I think that's very nice. Oh, what do I do? I've got so many songs in my playlist. But I'm so glad you guys were here with me. I'm so glad you came by to watch me do my painting. I'm so glad you hung out with me and the people who were up on panel. I really appreciate that, and especially at a time when I know people are busy doing what they do with loved ones and all of that. Let's end with Bye Bye Black Blackbird. I love this song. Pack up all my cares and woes. Here I go, singing low. Bye bye, blackbird. Where somebody waits for me, sugar sweet, so is he. Bye bye, blackbird. No one here could love or understand me. Oh, what hot luck stories they all hand me. Why don't you make my bed like the light? I'll arrive late tonight. Blackbird, bye bye. Thanks again, everybody who was here with me tonight watching me paint, who was up on panel, to Over 50 and Fantabulous Sister Lynn, to Chef Jack, one of our friends in Australia, and to Johnny Smallpepper, who went under the name Cuddles McMuffin. Thank you so much. Thank you to AJOT for your $5 super chat. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you, everybody who come by, and God willing, we'll see you again sometime. I'd like to go live tomorrow. No one here can love or understand me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all have me. Why don't you make my bed like the light? I'll arrive late tonight. Blackbird, 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 bye-bye. Aww. Silent Night. Do you want to hear Silent Night? I guess we can do Silent Night. Let me find it. Hold on, that's not in my regular list. I'll do Silent Night, and then we'll get the heck out of here. Okay, no. I'm trying to manipulate my remote here. Okay, karaoke Silent Night. Thank you all for joining me. Remember, hashtag no fear at any time, on or off the tubes. Remember, we are not given a spirit of fear. Power, love, and a sound mind. Use this day and every other day to remember that Jesus Christ is Lord, and He paid the price for all of our sins. And you don't have to do that on a special day. You can remember that every single day and celebrate that every single day. Hold on, I'm typing it in. Okay, Silent Night, lower key. I'm just kind of winging it here. I don't know if one I pick is when you're getting out of here. Let's do at least one verse. Silent night, holy night, all is cool, all is bright, round yon virgin, mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight, glory streaming from heaven afar, heavenly hosts sing Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Thank you, everybody who came by tonight. God bless you. Thank you, Big Homie, for coming on in. I love you guys. God bless you. I'll try to go live for a little bit tomorrow. I'd like to pop in and say hello, but if not, we'll well, actually, I think I can go live tomorrow night because we're not doing True Story Live, my talk show with Jen, Cripps, and Glenn. They're doing their own holiday thing. So, yeah, I think I just might go live tomorrow night. Keep a lookout. I love you guys. God bless. Thank you, Finding Kino, and thank you, Big Homie, for stopping in. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful and safe and warm rest of your weekend. And God willing, we'll see each other again real soon, right here in Nez Studios. God bless you guys. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Big Homie. And thank you, Connection. Give Cosmo a kiss for me. Finding Kino, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. God bless us, everyone. I love you guys. And I love you, Billy.